What is going on, guys? This is Glassmates. I know it's been a while, so here we are. I'm here with Ishwar, my old school friend. So, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, nothing much, just chilling.
Nice, nice. So, what have you been up to lately? How's life going?
Yeah, life is very chill, so I don't think I can tell much. Just boring, same old stuff.
Right, right. I feel you, bro. After the pandemic, and I mean, I know it's been 3 years, but there's been a lot going on after that. So, yeah. Um, yeah. Um, so what is it, bro?
Like you should tell something, right? You're the main guy.
I mean, Uh, with me, it's just like the martial arts training that I've been doing. I've just been like focusing on Kyokushin, which is my background, and I've also like tried to like incorporate. Sorry, try to.
I kind of think this is not working out.
Yeah. So um, so I'm also trying to incorporate like boxing and like Jeet Kune Do with it. So yeah, that's what's up, man. What about you?
Yeah, nothing. So, can you tell me more about your martial arts? So, when did you start getting into martial arts?
I actually started like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I did Kyokushin for 4 years, including this year. And then I started boxing last year, and I also started Jeet Kune Do last year because I realized that with every like traditional martial art, there's like a lacking. And in Kyokushin, punches to faces was like it's not allowed. So I just thought that's like a limiting factor. So I wanted to like incorporate other arts, and I thought boxing was really like effective way in that. And Jeet Kune Do, I just happened to meet across a Chinese guy who was like ready to teach, and I was like ready to learn because I'm always a student in martial arts. So that was about it.
Yeah, I don't know much about martial arts. Like, my only knowledge is reading a manga called Kengan Omega. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, we were talking about the other day. Could you say more about that for the viewers?
Yeah, nothing like it's just a martial arts manga. It's similar to Baki. So it's actually a great manga. It it's very martial arts focused and yeah, some points it does feel a bit fake, like hyper, the anime style stuff happens, but most of the martial arts terms they use is actually very interesting.
Nice. So what style does he practice in the manga?
So the main guy has his own made up style.
Oh, interesting.
So he calls it Nico style or something. So that that's actually a mixture of multiple styles. So it incorporates both hard and soft styles. So I don't
Right,
know much
right.
about this. Hard styles like in he uses a bit of boxing. So he doesn't call it boxing. He
Mm-hmm.
calls it some kata. Like in yeah.
Kata is
In his style.
kata is
Hmm?
different. It's not boxing. Kata is like the artistic style of karate. It's like where you do those hand motions and those footwork and stuff. There's no sparring involved in that,
What
but
I meant to say is like he divided his fighting style into four parts.
right.
He calls it water, fire, adamantium, and one more. Okay. So
Uh-huh.
in the fire kata, he calls it kata, but he uses a bit of boxing. Like he doesn't call it boxing, but it is somewhat close, like the footwork and all the jabs and stuff. So he doesn't call it boxing, but I felt it's close.
Yeah, yeah, as you
So
said, like with footwork and the punches, yeah, it must be boxing.
yeah, and he also incorporates a bit some weird stuff called limp. So if someone punches you, right, he kind of falls backward to. like reduce the damage. Can you actually do this in real martial arts?
Um, I think I know what you're talking about. The guy drops his hand and then like leans backwards.
Let's say I punch you, all right. You lean in a bit backwards and try to disperse the force.
Yeah, yeah, th that works. That works in real life. Professional boxers do that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, that's a legit move. Yeah, that works.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe, we can try to break down the martial art used in the manga. Maybe that's a good way to introduce the manga, and maybe, you can learn a bit more about martial arts. What do you think?
Yeah, I need to probably like start reading the manga and stuff because I'm sure there's some like legit like elements of martial arts involved. I'm sure the writers aren't like, stupid idiots that just like make up stuff. Some of them has to be legit.
Yeah, actually, the writer, I feel he does like refer actual fighting moves. He does make up a lot of stuff. Okay, it's not like it's fully legit for artistic purpose. Okay, he uses some weird ass stuff, but I do feel it's little bit grounded and it's fun. So maybe you can read it out.
Interesting.
Maybe we can set up a YouTube or something where we can break down all the martial arts. Since you're clearly the expert here. So
Wow,
maybe
I'm not an expert. I consider myself as a student in martial arts forever. I'll always be a student.
yeah, that's actually a great way of thinking. Like
Yeah.
even me, like it's not a martial arts thing, but as a software engineer, okay, I consider myself a student. Even after working for a year, I feel like a noob.
Yeah, I've been
So
there, bro. Even
yeah,
like after practicing for 4 years, when I like spar with like brown belts and black belts, I do feel like I'm missing out, and that just drives me to train harder.
yeah, that's actually a great way, man.
Yeah,
You're actually a great player. Like, are you planning to get into MMA?
we'll see. There's still time, but this just feels good to do. It's a good addiction, a good dopamine release, and like a lot of good stuff gives you confidence and stuff. So I really like martial arts training.
Yeah, like last year even I was thinking, but there were no judo schools nearby, so I was like, yeah, fine. Plus, I'm a lazy guy,
Yeah, I
so
I remember you told me you wanted to get into judo. Yeah, judo is pretty effective. Like I would say
yeah,
grappling is more effective than striking, and I just train in striking arts, but grappling is definitely more effective than striking because as humans, our natural form of combat has always been grappling. So
yeah, correct. What you told is correct. Yeah,
yeah. Have you
like
watched this?
do you? Yeah,
Yeah,
go on, go on.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so like, do you practice grappling as well? Kyokushin is striking, right? If
Kyokushin is
I'm correct.
100% striking, bro.
Yeah, and Jeet Kune Do is like, is it a soft style or is it
Jeet Kune Do
also?
is it kind of incorporates so it's Bruce Lee's martial art. It
Hmm,
incorporates like defense and offense at the same time, kind of. I think it's called soft style, yes, where you block the
hmm,
attack and you immediately strike back, as opposed to Kyokushin where you block and then you strike. If that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. So are you planning to like get into grappling as well to use it in
Of
your
course,
full?
I do want to have a complete arsenal. As I
Yeah,
said, grappling is more effective. So if you know ever you get taken down and you have only striking, then the best example I can think of is Conor McGregor versus Khabib. When Khabib took him down, he had like nothing going on for him. He was like, "Bro, come on, put me back on the feet."
damn. I should start watching MMA.
Yeah, it's good.
Like you want to create a full Swiss Army knife, like everything. You want to create a full arsenal of tools, right?
Yep,
Multiple styles,
yep. Grappling and striking, exactly,
mix and merge, take
exactly.
them out.
Take what works, put it into your arsenal, and throw what doesn't work.
Damn, that's great,
So there's this anime I was gonna say. I think it was called Ultimate Muscle. Have you watched it?
bro. This was our childhood, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, okay. For you, yeah, we had the same childhood then in that aspect, yeah, for sure, yeah. I think it was back in 2007. I think it probably released earlier. I don't know, but like I remember I was in second grade and it was like 2007 to 8, and that was when I was like huge on it. Yeah.
Exactly, man. Like, see, thing is, these anime, right? They release way early, but we won't know that.
Yeah,
When it
exactly.
comes
Yeah,
to,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
we think it's new shit, okay, but it's already 5 years old.
not even five, bro. Like Dragon Ball, I think I started watching in 2007, and I like for most of my teenage years, I was like, it started airing in 2007. And recently,
Yeah,
I looked it up, and I think it came in like 1980s or 1990s. So like an entire generation before us, like grew up watching it. I was like, bro, what the hell? That
that
was
was
surprising.
really a shocker.
So, what I was saying, yeah, Ultimate Muscle, I really like the concept where, you travel across planets and take on warriors in combat. I just thought it was a pretty badass idea, bro.
Yeah, that was great, man. I really like those characters, Kid
The
Muscle.
characters, yeah, the Wallers guy. I think there was a leopard guy, if I'm right, or something, like a cat guy.
And there was a guy with a chest theme. I guess he was a villain. I like him.
Hmm.
I don't remember his name. He had chess pieces on his body or something. He can use chess moves. I don't know.
I don't
Apart from
remember.
that, there was some weird skyscraper guy. Do you remember him?
Skyscraper. Nah, bro. It's been like what, 16 years? I don't know. Like an entire
Yeah,
teenager would be grown up in that time. I don't know.
yeah.
Should
I
probably
don't
get
know how
back
I
to it.
remember. I remember only some 3, 4 guys. Maybe your 3, 4 guys are different. My 3, 4 guys are different.
Yeah, of course. Like it had so many characters. I remember the main guy though. He had like a mohawk, but with like a skin and no hair.
Yeah, that guy is Kid Muscle.
And then I also remember the theme song of the show. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Talking about
I
anime,
can.
Pokemon, our favorite anime of all time. Maybe not anime, but the game. But like anime came to an end, bro. It's like after 25 years, our man Ash finally won the trophy, but it's pretty sad that the
Yeah,
anime ended, right?
yeah, it's sad and thing is, I felt it was a bit incomplete, like especially. Did you watch the last 10? What is that? 11 episode special?
Nah, I've been busy, bro. I should probably this summer break I should just watch it. I've been busy, not gonna lie. But yeah, why do you think it's incomplete? I think it's complete because he achieved what he wanted to, right? He won the Pokemon League. I don't know what he has left to achieve.
Yeah, the guy did win the Pokemon League, but the ending was a bit, I felt it was incomplete. So the 11 episode series, right? I watched the first episode. I felt okay, it's fine. But the second and third went, a bit mundane, boring. So I stopped watching that thing and I came back on the 11th episode. And like they didn't end like give a clear end. You see, like the Team Rocket guys, they're still. I thought they'll retire or something, but they ended up, chasing after Ash in the end. And Ash, well, yeah, he did like get into some weird goal, but yeah, it was. I liked the ending of Journeys actually. The ending was good. Finally, the man won the league after 25 years, after losing like how many leagues?
Countless. Okay, maybe not countless, but just add up the regions. There's been nine, so nine plus one, including the Johto Islands. That'll be like 10, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're right. So wait, so the guy lost eight. He won the Islands one, right?
Oh yeah, he won that. So yeah, nine, probably nine. What
Yeah.
did Ash win the latest region, Galar?
Yeah, that he won that. Yes,
Right.
that
I
was
think
the.
I think it's nine then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn, it's like a piece of your childhood has ended.
Right there. Like it's gone, like a part of the child. But I'm low-key rooting for him because that was his kind of his goal. Like I want to be a Pokemon master, which he's not, but he did win the trophy, so gotta give it to the man.
Yeah, he did one. Like he's the number one champion or something in the world, right? So he's closer to his goal, I guess.
I
He's
don't
number
think he's
one.
number one, bro. I think Cynthia or Lance hold that trophy. Cynthia was so hard, bro. Lance was the hardest for me. I don't know about you, but like when I was playing Soul Silver, I had like such a hard time. I'm having PTSD right now with this dragon team. And that was before even fairies existed. So you needed like an ice type, which was like super hard to find in Johto. So it was so hard, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, Lance was hard. Like
Lance was so
the
hard.
whole game itself was hard.
Soul Silver, that's what I'm saying. Kids these days will never know. They just have like legendaries handed to them in the Pokemon Center. We had to like throw so many balls to even had a chance.
Bro, like, legends were actually a big deal back then, Like
That's what I'm saying,
when
bro. Like, yeah,
you're screaming the whole day. Yo, need this. I got a legend.
I know, right?
You're literally screaming the whole day. And yeah, it was great, man. Remember the good old times when we were chatting about how many legends we caught and all that.
Yes, sir.
Nowadays, like the fun is a bit gone. Legendaries are handed over in a silver platter.
And even the legendaries don't have like, like a villainous arc story. They're just like some stupid dog or like a cat which is like colorful, which makes no sense. It's like a bird and like a mammal mix. But back in the day, like each legendary had like you were like the way the story was put, like you had to respect it, like Ho-Oh or like Mewtwo or like Lugia. They had like a significant role. But these days it's just like some random slot to fill in.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, what you told is right. But I would like to argue, like the doggos, right? They had a neat story. So, like the main villain of that game, right? It's actually a Pokemon called Eternatus. You know that, right?
Are you talking
So
about Zacian and Zamazenta?
yeah, yeah, that one. Yes, Jason and Zamazenta. So they form a trio. These two doggies and Eternatus. Okay, they form a trio. So the Eternatus is the main bad guy here. So basically, like he's like an energy source, and he kind of overloaded and put the entire region into darkness or something. So these doggos had to buckle up and fight him. So that's the whole story of Gala region. So they sealed up the Eternatus thingy around some N years ago, and they revived in the current timeline in the game. And and as the player, right, you have to catch one of them and team up with the other doggo and beat the legendary. So I I do feel it has some story, but like people don't focus that much. Like the game itself was very bland, so people were like, yeah, this is boring. So that was the story of this one.
Okay, but
And in the
leaving the bias aside and leaving like our childhood and like affinity aside, like if you were to comparison from like a layman's perspective, like Rayquaza or like the doggies, who would you choose? Like, come on, Rayquaza, bro. It's like a
was
green dragon that protects Earth. Like, how badass is that? That eats space rock.
yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Like keeping everything aside, keeping the
Yeah,
stats, keeping
yeah,
the bias, keeping the type, keeping everything aside. If you keep a Rayquaza and the dog in front of you, which one you take? I'll
Rayquaza,
definitely.
bro.
Plus, it's the childhood, man. Like,
I'd choose
remember that?
Rayquaza.
Yeah, remember the time when we got a Rayquaza back in
Yeah,
Radiant?
freaking Dragon Ascent, bro. You don't even need like a stone to Mega Evolve. It like can still have an entire place to hold like an item, bro. It's so badass.
That was hype, man. Like, have you played Omega Ruby and
Yeah,
Alpha
I completed it in 2019.
Cool. Like, where did you play it? Do you have a
Uh,
Switch or something?
I played
Really?
in PC.
Damn, that's awesome, man. Even I played it on PC. Citra emulator.
Yeah, yeah. Citra emulator, yeah, yeah,
Poor man's Nintendo.
yeah, bro. Like, I think you and I have played most Pokemon games on like PC. I remember like back in school days, like we used to like trade each other games or something. And I remember like we used to play like Soul Silver on PC and then Black and White, and then like what was the Sinnoh games? Platinum, and then what else? Red, and then Emerald. Yeah, I think we all play on PC.
Yeah, like we had a friend circle. Like we used to
Yeah,
pass
we
the
had like
game.
an entire yeah. We used to like
Like
battle during like class breaks with like papers, and we used to make up shit like Pikachu's close combat.
jump up in there. Credits to physics.
Rattata
Jump up
used
in.
Rattata used Brave Bird.
Sceptile use flamethrower.
Swampert used Leaf Blade.
Damn.
Those were the days.
That is that hydro pump.
Hydro pump, yeah. So what would you say is your favorite region of all the regions?
Favorite region, huh? That's a tough question, okay? So all of the regions had their own charm.
Exactly. I agree.
So it's really hard to say which is your favorite. So why don't we start with you then? Why did you tell your favorite?
Uh,
Don't say Can-
what was that?
don't say Canto.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate if I say Kanto, so we can just ignore Kanto, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, I really like Johto, but I think after Kanto it's Johto, so I'm just gonna leave Johto aside. I really like Hoenn. I really like
Fine.
Sinnoh, and I really like I really like Kalos also.
Bro, you're just listing out all the regions.
I think okay. I think Alola is my least favorite because let me explain. So the region is great, the Pokemon is great, everything's great, the people are great, and I'm a huge fan of Hawaii, even though I haven't been there, but of course I'll be there one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
The problem is I was not a big fan of the totem Pokemon. It was so annoying. It was all right if you kind of made the stats like proper, but they just made it like some Godzilla type shit, where the totem Pokemon was like super hard to beat, and I was not a fan of that. So that's the only reason I'm saying Alola is my least favorite region. I just want like Pokemon gyms. That's what I like. What was yours?
Okay. So I didn't play Alola. Like I like the region and all that. Even the anime was surprisingly, like interesting. People said it's childish and stuff, but yeah, that was good. But my favorite, I know I'll get a lot of flack for this, but I felt Unova was my favorite.
No,
So
you won't. I agree. Unova is one of the best regions. The music was lit. The story was lit. I think the story was the darkest of all the regions. What was the
yeah,
guy's name? The main villain? Geras?
yeah, correct. His name was
Yeah.
Geddes, yeah.
Yeah,
Geddes.
he was probably the darkest villain. I think he wanted to like conquer the world and shit, right?
He wanted to kill you. He
Yeah,
blacked you
exactly.
out. He literally tried to kill you.
And you're a 10-year-old kid trying to just catch Pokemon and have a good time, and this grown-ass man is trying to kill you. Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Imagine you're just a 10-year-old kid. You're walking to face off against an evil grandpa, and he literally controls Purim and tries to kill you. Imagine that. You will get PTSD. But the kid continues to smile and beat his ass.
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed this, but like the battle theme of Ghetsis, it's like the fastened or the slowed version of Arceus theme. So the point is like, Arceus is the god of Pokemon, so this
Yeah.
guy kind of sees himself as above everybody else. So that's like an Easter egg if you ever noticed.
Oh damn! I didn't notice this actually. Like I
Yeah,
did hear his speech, but I didn't know
yeah.
the breakdown of his theme.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Actually, even the Alola themes go hard. Have you heard the news?
Yeah,
What's the name?
the
Elite.
Elite Four.
Yeah, Elite Four. Yeah, that is rad. Elite Four theme is rad.
I
And
agree.
even the Aether Paradise. What's the name again? Lucian.
Ace of Paradise.
No, no, no. The main villain. She was a lady, right? In Alola.
Um,
What was her name again?
I think it starts with
Lily's
an
mom.
L.
Yeah, she was Lily's mom, right? Lily is that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't remember her name, but she, her team was rad. Have you heard
Yeah.
her team?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It goes hard.
Yeah, I think your voice is breaking. Could you speak louder?
Yeah, yeah. Her team
Yeah,
goes hard.
yeah. This might be cliche, but in my opinion, I think Hoenn has the best music in Pokemon. After Unova, my bad. I think Unova has the best. I think Hoenn goes second.
Nah, nah. I think Hoenn goes first. Like, look, every team is good. The cave team, the legendary team, everything is rad. The Reggie team, bro. Imagine that. You're going in a weird, you're surfing, you're just surfing around and you get into some weird ass cave written in Braille. Then you encounter the Reggie. Imagine the hype.
Yeah, yeah. Hoenn music is pretty rad, but You know what? In my opinion, it takes the pie, bro. Like, you know what music is still good? The city
Yeah,
music,
bro.
the Elite Four. It was a vibe, bro. I think I played Black and White too, like when I was in 10th grade, and it was just a vibe. Yeah, it was so good. Or I was in ninth,
Yeah,
probably ninth to 10th. Yeah, the same academic
same,
year,
same.
2015, 2015. Yeah,
Yeah, same here.
I think
My
Shady gave
first
me
game,
that game,
yeah, it was shady. Yeah, like
and the
my first
music.
game was actually coin one, Ruby. So I
My
still
first,
remember the
yeah,
game.
my first game was actually a funny story. It was, I think, Green, and I
Hmm.
had no idea about like Pokemon games. It was just like Pokemon anime all the while. And the first game I played was in 2014. So I didn't know about like the whole concept of like starter Pokemon. I just thought like you can choose like Squirtle if you wanted to, and then you can catch like Charmander in the wild because I used to watch the anime, and I was super
Yeah,
disappointed when I found out that you don't get starters in the wild. So I had to like restart the whole game and choose Charmander because everybody knows my favorite starter is Charmander. It's cliche, but I don't give a shit. So
yeah, same year. So my first game was Ruby, alright. So in that time, Ash had a Sceptile. So I thought, yeah, let's pick a Trico. That thing will grow up and become strong. And I didn't know jack shit about the game. I didn't know what moves were. I didn't know anything. I was just randomly pressing on buttons, watching that thing use Leaf Blade and be happy. Bro, imagine this. I had a level 80 Sceptile when I faced the league. Rest of my mons were level 30.
yep, yep.
Imagine
I
that.
think yeah, that was the same thing I did. I had like level
Yeah,
36 Blastoise. I think it just evolved, and like everything else was like Caterpie and like level 10 Pikachu or some shit like that.
bro, literally. My main ace was Sceptile. The rest, I caught them in Victory Road. I
Yeah.
had a friggin' Graveler, okay? I thought that thing will become Golem. Surprise, you need to trade it. And we were playing it on PC. You can't trade it. So I
Uh-huh.
was stuck with a Graveler.
Damn, bro. Yeah.
Literally, okay, the funny part. I faced against the dragon guy, okay?
Hmm.
What was his name again? The dragon guy.
Lance?
Not Lance, the Cohen, the Elite Four. Drake, I think his name was Drake.
Yeah, Drake, yeah.
The guy had a Salamence, right? You remember?
Salamence, yeah.
Bro, I literally used Leaf Blade on a Salamence.
I think
Imagine that.
Salamence is like my favorite dragon, by the way, in Pokemon. I think it's pretty cool. I like its story. Like how when it's like a Shelgon, it wants to fly and then it eventually grows wings. I just think that's like a stupid way of putting evolution in perspective, but I just like the story really much. Yeah.
Yeah, like evolution itself is funny actually in Pokemon. So you can't, map it to movie.
Yeah.
Like, let's take some weird example. Give me some example. Like, how can that be real?
Uh, let me think. Yeah, Dragonite. The stupid
Yeah,
snake-looking thing turns into a dragon with wings. A humanoid dragon, I should say.
a snake-looking thing suddenly gets hands. That's funny, but still it was great. Like, I still love Pokemon even now.
So do I. Even Gyarados. The evolution is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a weak-looking fish. No one wants that. And suddenly, it turns into a blue monster.
Yep. I just hope they bring back Mega Evolution in the future games. Even though it's probably unlikely because it was just a gimmick of Generation 6, but I just liked it, man.
Yeah. Let me be blunt. I don't think they'll bring back Mega Evolution.
Yeah, me neither. It was like a generational gimmick.
Yeah, like those guys, it was not actually Generation Gimmick. Like, did they introduce a new Mega in Generation 7? Alola? I don't think so.
They didn't have a Mega in Generation 7.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, I guess it's a generational gimmick. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just like in Kalos and like Gen 6 Hoenn remakes. So,
yeah, yeah.
bro, just imagine
Yeah,
how badass like a Mega Infernape would be. I just wanted to see a Mega Infernape, but I don't know why.
you can see it, man. Like, go to Pinterest or Deviant, okay? You can see some nice
I
concept
mean,
art.
I mean, like real one, bro. Like, come on, like from Game Freak.
Real one, well, I don't think you can see one.
Yeah,
They
I should
literally messed
probably.
up the, like,
I should probably fly to Japan and speak to the guy. What was his name? The creator, Toriyama. Oh, that
Yeah.
was Dragon Ball Z. My bad.
Why don't you beat some sense into him?
Yeah, I need to beat some sense into him. I respect the shit out of him for making my childhood, bro. Like Pokemon was a huge part of my childhood.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. That was a great time.
It was.
So, what are the plans next?
Um, did you see the? I think it's this year, right? Dragon Ball Super Part 2.
No, I didn't see that. What? Can you tell more about it?
No, it didn't release yet. I think it's gonna release this year.
Okay. So, will it cover the Moro arc or something? Moro arc.
What was that?
Will it cover the, like, in the manga, right? The manga is ongoing. Will it cover the rest of the manga?
I believe it should.
Okay. I didn't check the trailer out.
Right. I think it should be like. I don't think it is. It should be like. It should continue from where it left off in like Dragon Ball Super. Which have you watched?
Yeah, I did watch the final arc. Like, I skipped a lot of episodes in between.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just watched.
That's a problem with Dragon Ball. They have a lot of filler episodes. I feel you.
It, they have a lot of it. It's too much. I have less time. I can't like spend a lot of time watching anime, so I have to, skip on the fillers.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I don't think you missed out much on that. I remember I watched the whole season last summer and there were a lot of stupid episodes like with this, I don't know, Chi Chi cooking or what was Gohan's girl's name? Uh Tank? No, wait. What was her name?
Wait, her name was Vidal.
Videl, yeah, my bad. Videl and then Goku and Piccolo playing with his daughter and then just like some stupid stuff like that, dude.
Yeah,
So I don't think you missed out on much.
great.
Yeah. So any plans on starting judo?
No, I don't think so. Like, there are no judo schools nearby. Plus time constraints. So, work and stuff.
Like
I
there's
don't
no
think
judo in the entire city?
there is judo, but problem is like it's a bit far off, like around 5 or 10 kilometers. So plus, I don't think I can, like allocate a set amount of time for that. That requires like if it's close by, it's a different story. You can just jump in and practice. But if it's far, you need to commute till there, practice, and then come back home, get back to work. That gets annoying. So
True,
that's the thing.
true. For me, fortunately, rec center is pretty close by, so I just go and train there. So
So they cover multiple martial arts. Like, what all do they
uh,
cover?
Kyokushin is like a formal club, but boxing and Jeet Kune Do, I just train with like fellow people, like people of my age. But Kyokushin is like legit, like a club in the university. So the guy I train with, the sensei, is like 77 years old, I believe, and he's been training
Yeah.
Kyokushin for like 40 years. So yeah.
Does he do that Mugiwara stuff?
What?
Mugiwara, like they punch on hard force
Oh,
or something like
the I think it's called Makiwara.
Makiwara. Yeah, sorry.
No, we
Yeah,
don't do that. I think that's exclusive to Shotokan and like the traditional karate styles. Kyokushin is more like a combat based. So we place emphasis on like body shots and like body conditioning, the knuckle conditioning and stuff. So the idea is to like desensitize yourself to violence. So like when you actually, engage in combat, you don't freeze and you're ready to go.
damn, that,
So
that's great.
we spend a lot of time like punching and kicking each other in the body with no padding and knuckle push-ups and like stuff like that to like harden the body. So yeah,
Man, that goes hard.
it's pretty hard.
Dude.
Yeah, and we spar every week. So yeah,
So how often do you go there? Once a week or more than that?
It's twice a week actually, but sparring is every week without fail.
Great.
So you don't want to get outside the practice. All right, bro. I think we're running out of time. It was nice talking to you after a long time. So any
Yeah,
last
same.
words?
Nothing much. Like keep up the good work. You
Appreciate
know,
it.
like, just this sounds cliche, but everyone needs a side hustle. So, hope this grows big.
Yep. And wishing you good luck on your endeavors. And have a good rest of your Sunday, buddy. Take it easy.
Yeah, same here. Take it
Bye.
easy, man.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.